Everybody, hi, how you doing? It's Sarasota Tim's birthday today, and the haters are really out in force. Let me tell you, I can't believe the force that they're out in today. There must be like 20 videos anti-Sarasota Tim today. The guy did a nice video of his birthday today. You know, he had a nice breakfast. Miss Tammy was on the waterbed, or what was it? On the, not waterbed, the air bed. She made a nice bed for her. Everything's cool. Goes to the store, buys some good stuff. Had a nice steak last night, I guess, or today, or yesterday, I think it was. Everything's looking good. You know, Sarasota Tim, his usual self, 3 videos a day, 4 videos a day. People like to watch him, and you still got these haters out there. Absolutely not. And I got Godcore legend Darling, who I hate, by the way. I'd like to strangle Darling. Sorry, I didn't really read it. Grifters Anonymous, Barium Exposure, Dinger, Life in Vibe, Zachary Michael also, who's kind of fun. You know, they're all kind of fun, but they're all anti-Sarasota Tim for some reason. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know what the obsession they got with this guy. I'm the only one out there who actually is on his side. Okay, I think he's doing a good job, because when you have 66,000 subscribers, you're doing okay. Ms. Vicky, who's another nasty looking one. Dale's Garage, Atomic Sage, Blind Views. Carl, I kind of like. He's a very, very nice guy, I think. He's kind of fun. He's a nice guy, Carl. Come on, let's be honest. I don't think he hates Sarasota Tim. New York Dan and Ziggy. Is it Ziggy and I? Is the other one? But there's a new one today. There's a new one that I saw on here today, and I'm going to tell you who it is. It's, well, this one, Barry, he needs a dentist, Sarasota Tim. His teeth are not that bad. Okay, and then you've got Happy Birthday, Sarasota Tim. This one from Carl.
Hey guys, Carl here. Back in my studio.
He's kind of fun. And then you've got another hater here, Barium Exposure, 260th birthday parties on a Harley Davidson. And then you've got Mixed Nuts, Sarasota Tim and Tammy Tea Bucket Challenge. You're up. Calling Tammy Tea Bucket. I don't know what that means. I don't know why they would call her that. I just don't get it. She's the name of a car. I mean, really, just idiots, you know. And then you've got Garco Legend, Sarasota Tim, the Grinch and Grifted Christmas. They're saying he's a grifter. I don't know if that's true. And then you've got Sarasota Tim, Intento denunciarme una falta. Well, I don't believe that in Spanish, but there you go. And here we go. Tim sent us a sign by Carl. And then another one, 23 hours ago. Social Security at 60 to get a side hustle. Everyone's against this side hustle stuff, but it's actually a good thing. Atomic Sage, 6 days ago that is. That's 6 hours ago. Happy birthday, something from Darling. Of course, it's a derogatory video again. You know, I can't stand that voice, you know. We should get even with her, whoever that may be. I think it's a man, actually. Somebody they're putting on this kind of lady's voice, or getting a wife to do it, or whatever. Just cowards, all of them. Anyway, so that's that. And if you go down here, carry on. Oh God, there's nothing to do with that. Prepper Dog. Is that anything to do with Sarasota Tim? I don't think so. And there we go. So anyway, there's a new one out there. I'll give you that one later. I don't know who it is. A new one that's just popped up. Some ugly lady. I don't know what her name is. Anyway, she's popped up. The best thing you can do, guys, is retire at 62 years old. Okay? I'm telling you, because, and I'm going to give you this, a lot of these people who are on here, like Carl, they have money. You can tell they have money. And of course, they're not going to retire at 62. They are still in work. They're still working. You can already tell that they are. And that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with working. You know, I retired at 62, but I still carried on work. You know, I still work 6 months, 8 months a year. Yeah, I do. And I'm going to go back to work next month. Maybe for a year. I'm going back to Colorado for a year, and I'm going to be working. And I'm doing it because I want to buy a new car. Okay? And I do not, what can I say? I don't get financed. I go and I buy a car. I buy it for cash. I'm going to go back, make some money, and come back to Mexico. That's where I live. I could not afford to live in the USA for the retirement money that I get. I couldn't live the life I live here. You know, I live by the beach here, and not really by the beach, a couple of miles from the beach, but I live here and live in a nice place. I have an HOA, which I have security around 24 hours a day. I have a pool down there. I have parking spaces in my car. You know, it's a different kind of a life. But if I didn't have any money and I wanted to leave the United States with my Social Security, I could do it. How do you do it? You just get over here, basically, and you get a place to live. Like now in the United States, there's this furnished finders with furnished little rooms available all over the country in every single city in the United States for $1,000 a month. You can live on that. Get a little side hustle like Sarasota Tim did. But if you don't want to do that, come to Mexico and you can get a little place for $500 a month, okay? Which will be very comfortable with all the amenities you have in the US, as if you want to come to Mexico. And I would honestly recommend doing that. Sarasota Tim wasn't broke when he retired, okay? There's no doubt about it, he was not broke. He had some money and he bought a nice trailer, and he's actually upgraded like twice, his car twice. I don't know what's going on. I think he has a lot more money than you think he does have. But I'm telling you from a guy that probably had, well, I'm not saying I didn't have less than him, I probably had a little more. What I'm trying to get at is that I could have done this without having any money. You know, I know people who live on $1,500 bucks a month here, and they live very comfortably, you know. Their little motor scooter running around all day, and if there's a couple, you know, you got $2,500 a month, you can do it. There's ways of doing it in Mexico, and you're not far because you're only 2 hours from the border here, you know, by plane. So you could live closer to the border. I live in Jalisco, you know, Puerto Vallarta, so I'm like 2.5 hours from Denver. It's only 1 hour and 25 minutes to Tucson if you want to go to Arizona. It's only like an hour from San Diego. So, you know, you got to think that maybe this is the way to do it. But if not, you can live in the US, you can retire, but always get that little side gig. Now, how do you do it? Well, I'm 67 years old. I'm older than Tim, okay? But I can do it. I can get a job like that. Because if you're willing to work in the US, you can do it without any doubt about it. Just pay your taxes. The main thing is pay your taxes, okay? And get a good work record so you've paid your taxes and it shows up in your Social Security that you have paid your taxes. That's the main thing in the United States, okay? And once you've done that, you're going to have a nice life, you know, but you can retire at 62 as long as you've paid those taxes and you have a good work record, and and I can go through the figures with you because he's right, Sarasota Tim, about the figures. I don't want to go into his life. You know, I'm not a guy that's going to diss Sarasota Tim's logic. What I'm trying to get at is that what can I say? He's got it right in a way that if you wait, you don't know how long you're going to live, but if you wait, okay, you can get more money, but the money you would accumulate before you get your main amount of money. So if you retire at 62 to 66 and a half or 67, that's $100,000. You can invest that. You can invest it in Goldman Sachs and you're going to get 4.9%. You know, I would say you can invest it in a better company than that for 7% per year, okay, which you know, we all have our portfolios, we can do that, but I invested in property, okay? So you invest in property, get a mortgage, invest in a little bit of property, rent it out. You make a lot more money that way, but it's a lot more work, and you have to know what you're doing, you know, the ins and outs and stuff. But Sarasota Tim has the right idea. Yeah, he couldn't afford to rent a place on his $1,700 a week. I mean, the rents in the United States are absolutely outrageous. But he has a little trailer, he's self-contained, he parks it wherever he can park it, and that's fine, and he has his truck. And he now makes money from YouTube, so he gets his Social Security plus his YouTube money. Whereas a lot of other people like myself, let's say, we have a little investment, we make a little more money, or we might work for a few years or whatever, like I'm doing. But anyway, I'm only new to this YouTube stuff. I'm really not that good in front of the camera, I've got to be honest with you, but I am trying. And I have a lot of things to say and a lot of things to convey to everybody about retirement. And don't only go by the book, because I'm telling you, it doesn't go by the book. If you go by the book, things go wrong. I know everyone's saying, do not do it. Don't be silly. Don't do this. Sarasota Tim's wrong. He's wrong in everything. He's terrible. He's grifting for money. He's asking for... Yeah, okay. So he's asking for a cup of coffee. Okay? You know, give him $5. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I've done it. I've got to be honest, I have. And I'm okay with doing it. You know, it's $10. What is it? You know, it's nothing. But what I'm trying to say is, I give every year to the Police Benevolent Fund in New York. Every year. It's taken out of my account. That's what I give. I give them a donation. I lived in New York for 20 years, so I'm very close with the New York City or New York State Police Department. But, you know, I mean, things are really there's nothing set in stone, okay? Everyone's saying it's a terrible idea. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, you know, you do know what you're talking about. You can retire, and it takes a lot off it takes a lot of stress off your body. It really does. It did me. Off my mind, my head, my body. Took a lot of stress off. I had a small gig after that, which turned into a big gig. I didn't realize it was going to happen, but it just did. Where the boss said, we want you to stay for more hours. So I had no choice. I had to. And then at the end of the year, like the last 3 months or so, I ended up paying that big tax amount, okay, because I'd gone over my limit. That's okay. It happened. But I was happy to have the job, and it kind of kept me fit, and I did my job, you know. But anyway, Sarasota Tim's having a good life. Tammy's back in the picture now, which I don't think is a serious thing, but who cares? It's not about business, it's about his private life. All I know is that people like to watch the guy making his coffee, making his hamburgers, eating his big sausage in Buc-ee's. Where's he go? The 7-Eleven. He's got the best cup of coffee. Hold on a second. It's the Houses of Parliament in the UK, okay? It's the best cup of coffee I've ever had in my life. It's called Folgers Premium. Okay, I love American coffee. I don't care what coffees I have in Mexico or all over the world. I always have my Folgers. Okay, I love Folgers Premium. It's a really, really good coffee, and it's Colombian, and I kind of love it. And it's the only coffee I drink. But, you know, we all have our luxuries, okay? And this is a luxury, you know, to have some good coffee and have some good music. Michael Jackson's on in the background there, I guess. Is that Michael Jackson? Yeah, it is. It's on Spotify. I didn't even realize it was on. But anyway, love you all. And please subscribe and like my video. I'd really appreciate it if you've watched this. Please, because they give me some incentive to go on. And I'm going to keep going on about Sarasota Tim. I'm going to kind of watch his videos a lot more. I don't have a lot of time at the moment, but I'm trying to get through everything. And I'm going to say I love you all. Simple as that. And God bless America, and a very happy New Year to you all. Thank you. Thank you.